live with dragonflyoracle.com, and today we are talking with Michelle Arbeau, a celebrity numerologist and author, all over just badass media mogul. I'm so happy and blessed to bring her to the Dragonfly Oracle viewers today, and Michelle is in LA right now, broadcasting, and I'm going to give her ample space to really introduce herself and talk about who she is. But I'm Charlotte Piper, and I am the owner of DragonflyOracle.com. There's a lot of really great things coming down the pipe for Dragonfly Oracle, and in fact some projects that we'll be endeavoring on together with Authentic You Media, which is Michelle's company. So we can't really, I don't want to go into a lot of details right now, but I just stay tuned. Very, very exciting things coming. And with that, I would like to turn the baton over to Michelle, and let's talk about you.
Okay, well, you know, I'm not very good about talking about myself. But I want to say I like your shirt. It's really cool. I love Dr. Seuss, so I think your shirt is really cool. So I wanted to say that.
Thank you.
But,
thank you.
You know, I'm jack of all trades. I don't want to say master of none, because there's a few things I think I'm pretty good at. But, you know, I have my hand in a lot of stuff. And that's the way I like it, because in numerology I have all the physical numbers. So I'm do. If I don't have 1,000 projects on the go at one time, I go crazy. So I have to be working from like 2 a.m. to like 5, you know, get up at 5 and do it all over again. That's just the way that I do it. And I've done that for years, and it just, you know, I've got my numerology, I've got the Authentic You Network, which has Authentic You Radio, Authentic You TV, Authentic You Publishing, Authentic You PR. You name it, it's got it. I mean, it's growing astronomically, and I'm working with another company called Vesuvian Media, and it's through my agent, my literary agent, and we're really just moving and shaking. We just got an Ingram account for me, so I'm super excited about that. And if anybody knows, in the publishing world, Ingram is like the be-all, end-all, because it can really distribute the books like everywhere. So I'm like, I don't know, I feel like I'm in this flow or this zone that just really is allowing me to do what I want to do, and it's happening, and there's no roadblocks, and I put my mind to something and it happens. So I don't know, you know, knock on wood or whatever, but I've been in the flow for a few years at least now, and it just seems to not be stopping yet. So I just you know, if you brought up an idea to me today, I'd probably start doing it. You know, that's just me. It's just, I just love to be in, I even write for a magazine called LA Splash Magazine, because I love to do some of the events that they have. Like I went to an art gallery exhibit, and it was really fun. I mean, there's lots of different things that I do. So that's me in a nutshell. I mean, I came from the East Coast of Canada, and I moved to Calgary for a little bit. I was there for about 2.5 years, and then I moved to LA on an O1 visa, which is called the Outstanding Individual Visa, and I call it the Justin Bieber visa, because he's got that too, and he's Canadian. And I'm always saying, you know, Justin, you're gonna get us all revoked, because he's always getting in so much trouble, right? So that's where I am. And you know, it's funny, because LA has always been my home. I've been traveling back and forth for about a decade at least, and the first time I stepped off the plane, it was like the smells and the whole atmosphere was like it was home. So it was the first time in my life, even, you know, growing up in a small town in Canada, I was like, I need to get out of here. It was never home to me, and this is home to me. So I'm home. I'm home, and I'm doing my stuff, and I'm doing my thing, and I love it.
That's so exciting, and I think it's no coincidence that you're here doing Guru Tuesday with me, because everything you were saying about I have to have 1 million projects and tons of plates spinning, that's completely my life right now, and I really wouldn't have it any other way. I always like to say that Sagittarians can juggle many different balls at once.
Oh,
and while it looks like chaos to everybody else, I'm very hyper organized about my my approach from from the inside out. So um, it's fortuitous that we're here doing this. And
yes.
so speaking of spinning plates, could you go into a little bit more detail about some of the projects that are at the forefront for you right now?
Well, first of all, you're a Sagittarius, I'm a Capricorn. So
Oh,
Capricorns are also workaholics, right? So
yes.
we're both workaholics.
Oh, yes,
And
ma'am.
I've got a Scorpio moon, so I've got the passion too, right? And the plates I'm spinning, oh my goodness, like I love to do PR. I don't know what it is about PR, but I love it. And my agent has gotten me into a lot of PR. She's got me a lot of clients, a lot of things going on right now. Some high-end clients, actually. The Maybelline heiress to she's one of the Maybelline heiresses. She holds the archives of like all the pictures and all the the stuff. So I think there's a few sisters or something, but she is one of my clients. And then I have an NFL agent who is doing really, really well. He's speaking in jails and speaking all over the country at colleges and things like that. So I'm doing the PR thing and I love it because I think I confuse people. I call them up and I'm calling up Fox 11 and you think like they'd say no, right off the bat, but I confuse them somehow. I have this like ability to like really get my foot in the door, if you know what I mean. And they're like, okay, sure, I'll put you through to so and so. So I really, I've got a knack for it. So I'm doing the PR thing, and the publishing thing is really kind of my new baby. It's something I want to do for authors because the self-publishing thing still has a stigma. I mean, when it comes to media in particular, I mean, if you want to get onto a major show, and I know this from experience, if you want to get on something that's national, like in Canada, I was on CTV Morning Live, which is like Fox in the US. It's like nationwide. And if I said that my book was self-published, they wouldn't even touch me with a 10-foot pole. So there's still that stigma of not having your book published by a publisher. And so I really wanted to do that for people. And I also want, all the branches of my network, all the things that I have going on, which is the radio and the TV and the publishing and the PR. I wanted, and the academy, of course. I mean, it's, the teaching side of things. I wanted entrepreneurs to make money because we all have bills to pay and we start off from scratch, and a lot of people still have their day jobs while they're building their empire, and they want to be able to do that and still not like break the bank while they're trying to build this empire, right? So I wanted to be able to make it affordable, and that was my first goal. There's a lot of companies out there that just, I mean, if you self-publish, that could be $8,000 to self-publish a book, and that's crazy. That's crazy talk because it doesn't cost that much to do that. So I just think it's a ripoff, and I think it's just morally wrong to do that. So that was my first goal with the whole entire network, was to make it entrepreneurial friendly. It was like I was there. I worked the corporate job and I did the corporate thing and I built my empire beside the whole thing, and then I took the leap and left corporate and did my thing. But I know what it's like to be in that position where you can't afford to have a TV show or you can't afford to have a radio show because it's like another car payment or something. It's like another, and it's just too much. So it's nice to know that you can have things like the Academy, which is you can make 50-50 split, and we advertise the heck out of it. We fill the seats for you. We do as much as we can for you to be able to make it lucrative for both of us, right? So we all make money and we all benefit from it. So that was my goal with the whole thing. And the other thing with authenticity is that because it's called Authentic You, it's really people have the run of the mill as to what they want to do, as long as it's not, profane or, something that's going to get us sued or, something like that. Other than that, if you want to call your show whatever, if you want to do whatever, I mean, the sky's the limit. That's really another thing that I was very big on, was that keeping everything authentic, so that I wasn't having all these rules and regulations. I was saying, okay, what do you want to do? What is your show? What is your class? What is your, what do you want to do? And so I didn't limit a lot. I just made sure that we weren't going to get sued. That's all.
I love that. I love that. It's being the way bringer. Sometimes you have to, somebody has to step up and kind of open the door, kind of pave the way, so to speak. And I respect that a lot. I really do. And it's inspiring to me because have always said that the spirit of cooperation is going to win out over the spirit of competition, and especially with folks who operate from an abundance mindset. So I really appreciate that mindset with respect to Authentic You Media, which, by the way, is going to be hosting having my masterclass go live August 1st. So that's really exciting, and I really appreciate that opportunity to work with you on that. I'm going to kind of skip around a little bit here just for the flow of the conversation, but you had posted recently that you're working on a new book and that your literary agent really loves it. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, it's been in the works for a while. It's been I think my baby. It's like 3 times a charm. And I did the first 2 books, and they came out like literally in 4 months. I wrote 2 books in 4 months, and this one is different. This one is the masterpiece. It's like all of the culmination of all of the things that I know about numbers and about the universe, and how everything works based on numbers, and how the universe is built on numbers. So it's called the God frequency. And
oh, yes.
And there's actually a number that the word God resonates to. And I'm not religious in any form or fashion in traditional sense. I mean, not to knock anybody who is. It's just I didn't grow up that way. I didn't go to church, and my parents didn't take me to church. And I really was almost like a clean slate, if you know what I mean. And when I was in my 20s, I started to dream in numbers every single night. And it was this weird phenomenon that I had. So I started to write down all the numbers that I had. And after about 3 months, I was like, okay, this is driving me crazy. How am I going to figure out what these numbers mean? And I stumbled upon numerology, and that's how I really got into numbers, was that I realized that all of those number messages were pertinent to the challenges that I was going through at the time. So that's really how I got into numbers. I fell into it, and I loved it. I mean, I ate it up with a spoon, I loved it. And this book is going to be basically, like I say, the culmination of all the things that I've learned, all the things that I know, and it's really like a book of life, because God, the word God, I mean, we are God-like creators. We are the micro to the macro. We are, we have this ability to manifest and create all that we desire, and so we are God in a sense. I mean, we are one, right? I mean, that is really the whole thing. So we are like God. I mean, I love Jesus. There's something particularly, and like I say, I haven't really been religious. I haven't been, I haven't read the Bible. I haven't, nothing. But the word, Jesus has really, I think the Christ consciousness has returned, and it's returned in the sense that we are ready now to step into the 4th level, because humans operate on 3 levels. We're either thinking something, feeling something, or doing something. And when we're not doing that, we're in the fourth level, which is, wait a second, I have the ability to create what I want. I have the ability to take those three elements and make something spectacular. So we've been on autopilot for so many years with thinking, feeling, doing, but we haven't been, doing that creativity, because it's like, way back when, it's like if your dad was a dentist, you were a dentist, or if your mom had a business, you followed in the family footsteps and ran the business, or it was like it was all done up for you and you didn't have a choice. And now we have all of these choices and there's a lot of people out there saying, what in the heck am I supposed to do? And there's this huge movement with a lot of women who are older, women who are in their 40s and above, who are coming to me and saying, I've worked this job all my life, and now all of a sudden I want to do this. Is there something wrong with me? And I look at their chart and I say, no, this is your path right now, and this is where you're supposed to go right now. So that's what I've been finding. There's this huge divine feminine energy that's coming back, that we're incorporating that, be like men and climb the corporate ladder, and then also bringing that femininity back to say that, we can be strong and powerful and all that stuff, but we're also very feminine at the same time. So it's a really cool movement with that particular group in particular. That group is like the bomb right now. So it's awesome.
I've been saying for a long time, Mama's home, so y'all better start cleaning the house. No, but I was actually, you were saying what we were saying about we are all gods incarnate, and Dale Carnegie even said it. We are gods in the chrysalis, right? So I'm in 100% complete agreement with that, and I believe personally, from my own personal perspective and studying of Jesus's teachings in particular, that's exactly what he was saying. You have God in you, I have God in me. We're all one. In that way. So let's see. So you actually talked a lot about what inspired you with numerology. So we've got that taken care of. We definitely wanted to touch on that. Being that you had talked about all these projects that you have going, how would you describe your typical day?
Crazy. I've got my hands in so many things that it's like I've got emails from every different direction. So all these arms of the company, and I do have a virtual assistant, which is good. I do have that, which helps. But it's crazy. It's like I'm going to the office. I'm at home right now, but I'm going to the office soon because I have a relationship rescue that I'm doing, a relationship rescue session that I'm doing. So it's not just numerology in the sense of numerology. It's a sense of all kinds of things, like name changes, relationship rescue, all kinds of stuff like that. How can we fix a relationship? Because really, numerology is like this. Let's say you're a 10 and someone else is a, 3. How do you get them to meet on the same page? How do you get them to speak the same language, right? And that's really what it's all about. And so I've got this couple that I'm working with right now that is not speaking the same language, if you know what I mean. So it's crazy. One day I could be doing that, next day I could be doing publishing or PR or you name it, or going to an event or covering a story. It's crazy, but I love it. It's my crazy life, I guess.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't have it any other way myself. I respect the hustle. There's a lot of hustle that goes into spinning so many plates. Yes. Okay, so I wanted to see if we would be able to get into a reading with JD, trying to make sure that she is still on with us.
All right.
And if she is on, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'll just introduce you, Michelle, JD, okay. JD Michelle.
Yes.
JD and I have actually collaborated on some stuff in the past too. But she was a lucky winner. So I'm going to mute myself, and then you guys could dialogue.
Okay, great.
Hi there.
Hi. I'm just, you know what? I'm gonna grab a pen because I totally forgot to grab a pen while I'm in bed, Michelle. But just a second. Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
All right. So, tell me your date of birth.
April 28th, 1978.
Well, at least you're the same year as me. That's good. Usually I get these little kids who are like 1989 or 1991, and I'm like, wow, it makes me feel so old, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You've got a really interesting date of birth. Let's see. Oh, wow.
Are those good wows or are those bad
Oh,
wows?
no, it's good, wow.
Oh, good, good.
Okay, I want to say right off the bat that you are a 3, but you are one of the more negative 3s, and I don't mean that in a bad way at all. And what I mean by that is you need to surround yourself with positive people, places, and things. And if you don't do that, you can get into a really big spiral of negativity, if you know what I mean. And I'm sure you've seen that in yourself before, where you get into the nitpicky kind of stuff if you get into hanging around with too many people that are negative Nellies, that kind of thing. And you want to watch that because it is the more negative form of the 3. But the 3 is the inspirationalist. They're the ones that want to inspire. So I want to say, I mean, you've got double 8. This is really incredible because listen to how many people have double 8s that are the shock and awe people. So Madonna, Michael Jackson, Rihanna, Christina Aguilera, Madonna. Who else? Did I just repeat Madonna? Think about all the shock and awe performers you can think of. They all have double 8s. And people who have double 8s are the ones who live for life. They live for the thrill of the existence, right? So they live for that feeling of how's it going to make me feel, or that kind of experience. It's like the thrill of it. I used to travel a lot with someone who had double 8s, and I would always be looking back like, where did Tracy go? And she's like talking to some stranger down the road, right? And so that was her. And you've got all the physical plane numbers too, so you are cooking with gas. I mean, you have the ability really to do a lot of stuff. I mean, you really do, because you've got all the physical stuff, which means that you can bring your ideas to fruition. You have a lot of passion behind your ideas, and you have a lot of physical energy to make it happen. So really, there's no excuse if you're struggling, because you really do have a lot going on your chart. You've got the arrow of great expression, which is a lot of great leaders have had that arrow. And being a 3, being the inspirationalist, but the gift that you have, if you add your month and your day, it shows you what your gift is. And that is a 5, which is the expressive artist. It's not your typical artist that would be like, sculpting and painting and, that kind of artist. It's the writing, singing, dancing, acting, the performance, all these things. So whether it be writing or whether it be performing or whatever it is, it's an expressive artist. So that's your gift. But what is your how? How are you going to express this gift? You take your year, the sum of your year, which is the 7. So it's all about truth. It's all about spreading truth, revealing truth. If there was something you were doing, let's say, I don't know, acting or singing or dancing or whatever, you would do it for the purpose of revealing truth. And that's a really great thing. I mean, that's exactly where we're headed with what's going on right now in the world. So I just want to see what cycle you're in, because you are, let's see, 3, so it's 30. How old are you now? You'd be well, you're my age then. You'd be
38.
38, yeah. Okay, so 8, so 9, 12. So you're in a career cycle right now. You're in a career cycle, but let me see your personal year. 5, 6, 7, 8. You're in a pruning cycle, but next year is a double whammy 5. This is huge, huge. I don't know if you feel it, but it's career all the way. I mean, career. When I left corporate, I was in a double whammy 5. I was like, I've got to get out of here. And that was my double whammy 5. But you're in a pruning year, which means that you're cleaning out the closet literally and figuratively. You're getting rid of the things that no longer serve you. It's like you're clearing the runway. You know, you're getting rid of all the garbage and all the junk that really doesn't fit in your life anymore. And so there's a lot of restructuring of your foundation, if you know what I mean. And so next year, even as early as August, September, October, you're going to start to feel that energy come in as the 5. So, you know, it's big. It's pretty big. So are you feeling that yet with the career stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's big. I mean, you've got to take advantage of it, because if you got a double whammy 5, I mean, if you don't take advantage of it, I'm going to come whoop your ass somewhere. So yeah, I mean, you got it going on right now. So this is your time to shine right now. I mean, this is coming up really soon. August is coming, so you're going to start to feel it. Not as strong. I mean, it'll start to come in. It's like the old year's energy goes out and the new year's energy starts to come in. So you're going to have this mishmash until January. But you'll start to feel it. You'll start to feel it come in, and it will start to get stronger and stronger. So double whammy 5, you're going to be career all the way. It's going to be huge.
Okay. That's really cool.
Do you have questions?
Um,
I know this is a short and sweet kind of reading. I mean, we go much more in depth with different things. But I have to say, too, you have a single 1, which means that you really communicate better on paper than you do verbally. So if you were to, especially in relationships and things like that, you're not really that great at expressing how you need, you know, what you need and what you want and how you feel. It'd be better if you wrote it in a letter or wrote it in an email. Same thing goes with anything else, really. It's like your energy is more focused in on the writing part than it is on the speaking part.
okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So if I said, you know, tell me how you're feeling, tell me what's going on really today, or if I said, write me a letter, I'd say, there's all of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's much more of you in that written letter than there would be verbally.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It doesn't mean that you can't get up and speak well in front of people. It doesn't mean that at all, because it's more personal. It's more of a personal thing than it is, you know, talking about something else, talking about your career, that kind of thing.
So by a double whammy 5, you just mean that it'll be really successful, like anything I'm putting out there right now?
It's double whammy 5 means the personal year, which is like your theme of the year. So you get to the top of the year and you say, okay, what am I supposed to be focusing on this year? And it's a 5. So the whole year is about career. And then you also have a peak cycle, which lasts for 9 years, which is also a 5. So you're in the 5th year of a peak cycle of 5. So it has been career, but it's been frustrating for the past couple of years because there hasn't been a lot of movement. So now there's going to be a lot of movement. There's going to be a lot of everything coming to fruition. Everything happening that you wanted to happen is finally going to happen. So that's what I mean by double whammy 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so get excited, because I would be. Because the last time I was in a double whammy 5 was 15 years ago, and this year I'm in a double whammy 5 again, and I'm really moving and shaking. So it's telling you, it's big.
I love that message for you, JD. I know a little bit more about JD than you, Michelle, so I'm really excited for you.
That's cool. Thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much.
All right, kids. Is there anything else especially pertinent for JD to know?
You know,
Michelle?
let me see. Well, she ends in an 11, so her whatever she's doing is meant to be global. It's meant to be bigger. It's meant to be broader. So she needs to know that it can't be just in the small little community. It has to be big. So that's one thing she should know for sure.
Okay, that's interesting. Thank you.
Maybe there's a plan for you that you're just not aware of yet, my friend.
Yeah, I see.
The numbers
right.
are wrong.
Right. Right. Well, yeah, so be paying attention, JD, to synchronicities that show up, right?
That's right.
So,
always. Breadcrumbs. I call them breadcrumbs from the universe.
Indeed. Yep. Okay, so I've been watching online and in the Facebook event, and it doesn't seem like anybody has any questions in particular right now. But I would like for you to just remind everybody, Michelle, what the best way or how they can get a hold of you should they have questions about any of the umpteen bajillion projects you have, or your numerology, or whatever the case may be.
Okay, so the best way, I mean, you can email me at numbers, the word numbers with an S, at Michelle with 2 L's, and my last name is arbeau.com, so that's my email, and that's my website as well, so michellearbeau.com. And also social media, you can find me on Facebook under Celebrity Numerologist Michelle Arbeau. And I love to hear from people. I love to hear about their stories and give them a little bit of advice. And you know, it's not about the money. You know, it's not. I mean, yeah, we all have to pay our bills, but if you send me a quick note and it's something that's quick and easy, you know, connect with me. I love to hear from people, and I love to hear success stories too. You know, so. Especially JD, I'd love to see how she's going and what's happening with her. So she'll definitely have to shoot me a line and let me know what's going on, because I love to hear if I'm right or if I'm wrong, right? So that's the best way to reach me. I mean, Twitter is Michelle Arbeau, so everything is mostly Michelle Arbeau or Celebrity Numerologist Michelle Arbeau. It's easy to find me. If you Google my name, I come up. So you won't have trouble finding my name, and connect with me. I love to hear from you.
Excellent. I will go ahead and make sure to amend the information, the contact information underneath this video on dragonflyoracle.com, as well as the video on YouTube, because of course, as you know, once we sign off here, this gets automatically uploaded to YouTube, so it'll be seen forever. And so that's really exciting. And do you have any special events that you would like to announce before we sign off?
I'm always having events. I mean, if you go to my meetup group, it's Spiritual Melrose. What is it called? Oh, darn it! You know, I'm totally drawing a blank. But I have a meetup group, and it's the Spiritual Entrepreneurs Melrose Avenue Meetup for Spiritual Entrepreneurs. And I'm always having different events and things going on, and different classes and courses, and I live stream a lot of things. So if people want to have a class, we do it in the classroom, but we also do it live stream. And you know, I'm just always doing things. I'm always doing events, and there's nothing major in particular, but just always ongoing events and ongoing different projects. So that's me.
Okay, very good. All right, great. So we will make sure all that information is updated on the website for anybody who wants more information about how to get a hold of Michelle, or how to get in go out and press the flesh, so to speak. And I want to just thank you for taking your time to be with us today. I do appreciate the opportunity to share you with my audience, and I appreciate your, your overall graciousness with respect to the process here. And I also just want to remind folks that beginning August 1st, the Be Your Own Guru Masterclass, the self-paced course, will be available through Authentic You Media. So looking forward to bringing that to your doorstep, Michelle.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, that'll be fun. It's an interesting thing because I hate the word guru. I used to hate the word guru until I found what you were doing, because it's so true. It's like be your own guru.
Right.
And that's what I do. I take bits and pieces from what feels right to me, and that's how I create my own authenticity. So I like how you're doing it, and now I have a whole new outlook on the word guru. So you've brought back my feelings of love for guru instead of the hatred.
Awesome. Well, if I can spread more love, then I've definitely done my job. But yeah, that's exactly the premise behind Be Your Own Guru. The masterclass is to teach you how to tap into that internal gift that you were given at birth, that you were specifically sent here to unwrap and share with the world. So, because everybody has it, and whether it means you're, an artist or a musician or a CEO of a corporation, or you're the best darn housekeeper ever, if that's where your where your internal genius lies. Yes. We're showing people how to genuinely tap into that and get aligned with that internal genius, that internal guru.
Honey, in LA there are topless maids, so we have some the best housekeepers ever, right?
Right. I would only imagine. I might have to move to LA. No. But at any rate, Michelle, thank you so much for your time today. I want to thank anybody and everybody who tuned in. I want to thank JD for being so patient. And many more great things to come. This will probably not be the last time that you hear from both me and Michelle. So.
No, it won't.
All right.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Stay blessed. And to everybody else, brightest blessings. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye now.
Bye, everyone.